going to tell you everything about frame data you need to know to beat all beginners. It's not that hard, actually. It looks really scary, but it's pretty easy. And also how to block people, what to do, but in general, um, where the gaps are, where you can escape, where you can take your turn back. So let's look at a move and let's check out the frame data. So here's a move that's very long startup. It's got 17 frames of startup, 6 active frames, and 25 recovery. So it's a very long move, because it is an H button. So anything that is an H button, of course, is going to be longer. It's going to have a lot of startup. 15 frames, that's kind of a lot. Same as 2H, 14 frames. And then moves like 2K, only 6 frames of startup, and a lot less recovery too. 9 recovery, 5P, 5 frames startup. Yeah, 7 frames close slash. That's a small button. And then moves like specials are also going to have a lot of startup. 17 frames. He grab 14. This is why you usually don't want to start with 2H, especially in neutral, because 16 frames of startup means they have a lot of time to hit you out of it. Because remember, 2K is only 6 frames, so if this Kai does a 2K or a 5K right when I'm doing this, there is 3 times as long. Let's see, 6, 12. Yeah, like almost 3 times as long that I'm trying to start the move while they're able to do something about it. The same as this one. 17 whole frames. That's a long, long time. So here's a little secret. When I do a move on him and he's blocking, as soon as he presses the block button, he is actually able, the person playing Kai is able to actually let go of their block button and they're still blocking. So they don't actually have to hold back the entire time they're blocking the move because that blue stuff puts them into block stun, which means they are locked into the action of blocking. They're frozen doing the block until the block stun is up. So they cannot do anything. They can't press a button. They can't jump. They are locked into blocking. Um, and this is interesting because the block stun is not actually equal to my recovery. So it takes a little bit of math to figure out. And this is going to explain why things are plus or minus in the first place. So this move, there's 25 recovery. So I have 25 frames of recovery, and I am minus 12. So we can actually figure out from that information how much block stun this puts him in and when he's actionable. So if I'm minus, that means he is actionable before I am, if I'm just doing this move alone. So we can figure out 25 recovery, and I'm minus 12. So let's do 25. Yeah, 25 minus 12. Okay, 25 minus 12 is 13. That means this move is putting him in 13 frames of block stun. So for 13 frames, he can't do anything. And the heavier moves are going to do way more block stun. Because see, here's 2K. I'm only minus 2, and there's only 9 recovery. So 9, 8, 7. That only puts him in 7 frames of block stun. And when you're in a move, the entire recovery is still coming out. So all of my recovery is still coming out here, but he's locked into blocking for 7 frames, and I'm locked into recovery for 9 frames. So he can move 2 whole frames earlier than I can. So let's say he wants to kick back. So I'm gonna make him kick right after I kick. after block, we're gonna make him 2K. So, see how he gets the hit on me? That's because I'm minus. I can't press it again because he's 2 full frames ahead of me. He can move 2 whole frames before I can at all because I'm locked into my recovery. But Abba's 2K2D is actually a frame trap. So let's turn him off again. So he's blocking all of this entirely. That's 2K2D. And there actually is a gap. You can see the little gap right there, the gray part. That means... So actually, it says there's 11 frames of blocks done. I guess it starts as soon as the active frame starts. So he's actually locked in for 11 frames, not 7. But doesn't really matter how much. Just means that that I'm -2 and he's actionable 2 frames earlier. Because you can see the recovery where I'm still locked into the blue frames, and he's able to move during that gray. So anytime there is gray at all, it means the other person is able to move. They're able to press something. So here's 2K2D. It puts them into 11 frames of block stun, and then there's a little gap. And then 2D comes out, and he's put in another 13 frames of block stun. So that would be considered a frame trap. If we delay it, that's 14 frames of a gap. And so, like I said, 2K, I have to do the full recovery. Like, I have to go through the entire recovery, right? Um, so a cancel is when you actually cancel the recovery into the next move. So let's take a look. So usually 2K, there's green, there's red, then there's blue. But if I cancel it into a 2D, there's green, there's red, and then there's green again. And then there's red, and then there's blue. Because it's canceling the first blue into the next green. So that's what a cancel is in the first place. So, yeah, there's close slash. It has the entire blue out. But if I cancel it into far slash, it takes away the blue and replaces it with the next green. There's my far slash. It has 9 frames of startup. So close slash far slash is gonna start with the close slash startup and then go into the far slash startup right away without the blue. But what I can also do is I can delay it, and then some of the blue frames are gonna come out. So I actually can cancel it during the recovery. I can cancel it pretty much whenever I want. I can cancel it right away so there's no blue. I can cancel it during the blue. And then there's a gap there, meaning I didn't cancel it at all. Okay, so let's go back to the 2K 2D frame trap and see that tiny little gap. So the gap means he's actionable, right? He is out of block stun, so he's physically able to do something. So what happens if he kicks? Let's have him do a 2K to try to get out. He gets countered because he cannot physically do something in that one single frame. You see that one frame of green startup? And the fastest attack every character has is a 5p or 2p. And see, the 5p has 5 frames of startup. Let's think I can... Yeah, his 5p, it doesn't say on there. It's... Yeah, 5p is 5 frames of startup. Yeah, the fastest attack anyone has in the game is 5 frames of startup, which is 5p. So, yeah, 5p is 5 frames, 2k is 6 frames. So in order for him to escape the gap, it has to be at least 5 frames or more. So that's why he gets countered, because there's only 1 frame. His move doesn't have enough time to get to the red. Because remember, the move doesn't actually hit the person until it reaches the red frames. That's not going to hit anyone until it reaches red. Because green frames cannot hit someone. It's not going to hurt them. Green cannot hurt anybody. So he gets hit. But what happens if I make the gap too big? Let's turn him off. So remember, hold on. Yeah, so that's not a cancel, it's just, yeah. Gonna make the gap too big here. Is he gonna be able to get out? Yeah, he's able to get out here, because look at those green frames. Wait. He's able to get out here. Because see those green frames? He's able to mash out. Yeah, see those green frames? He's able to get his kick out before my next move comes out. So he's able to hit me there. That's why I can do that. He can't kick during because he's still locked in the block stun. And that's gonna counter him because there's not enough time for him to press before my next move comes out. If I delay it too much, he gets the hit on me. Okay, so close slash on almost all characters except for I think one or two is going to be plus. So Rams is +1. I think some characters are +2. Um, so every close slash is plus, and it's plus because again we can see it put him in 16 frames of block stun. He's locked to blocking for 16 frames, but the recovery is only 10 frames, meaning I'm actionable before he is, right? I can physically move a whole frame earlier than him, which is really good because that means if they try to press anything, they're at a disadvantage. And that's why a lot of characters are going to start with close slash, and you do not want to mash after close slash because you're gonna get countered. It's a lot more likely to get countered. Okay, now let's check out some moves that are safe versus unsafe. Meaning, if you see someone end their block string with this, you can just kill them for it. There's things that you can and cannot punish people for, so let's look at what you can physically punish, what you can't punish, but you can take your turn back, and what safe and unsafe even means. So Ram's gonna do this move, and she is a -27, which is crazy, and she's right in your face. So, yeah, the reason you don't want to do this on block out of nowhere, because Soul can get an entire combo on you for free. Let's see. If I'm -27, that means in those 27 frames, he can do whatever he wants as long as it has less than 27 frames of startup. So he can do an entire combo because, you know, close slash only has 6 frames, or 7 frames. So if it's less than 27 here, he can do whatever he wants for free, and I physically can't block because I'm still locked in to the recovery. Yeah, 42 frames of recovery. I'm still locked into that. Um, so he can do whatever he wants. I'm blocking right now. I'm pressing the block button, but he gets the punish. And you'll see in the corner, if you can't block the move, because of the recovery, you will get punished. Here's an example of a move that is safe. So, Soul does this, and even though it's a -5 and you could technically take your turn back, look at how far away it pushes you. So even though Ram could 2k to take her turn back, she's way too far away to even do that. 5H at point blank, it's -5, but Ram can't even hit him because of how far away he is. The same as a move like this. He's minus, but it's harder to punish. So let's look at some frame traps on Sin and how his specials work. Normals into a special move. So for the most part, you're gonna see people start out with normals, and which may or may not have frame traps, and then into a special, which either you have to hold or you can mash out of it. But we're gonna find out some stuff that you can mash out of, some stuff you can't, uh, and how the frame traps work. So you can see on the bottom row that there's only one little frame trap. I think it's the yeah. So that means this 2S2H is a natural frame trap. And close slash 2S isn't, so you would be safe trying to mash that, but you should never mash against close slash anyway. But usually they're gonna delay it to create a frame trap. So even though this isn't a frame trap on its own, a lot of people are going to delay it to create a frame trap. So there's someone approaches you, block screen, frame trap, frame trap, frame trap, frame trap. I mean, frame trap, frame trap, frame trap. And then let's see if I can remember the specials. That is what is it? Not Elcunt. No, that is Elcunt, isn't it? Yeah. So that has a 5 frame gap. So ABBA should be able to 2P out of that. So let's see. After block, 2P. Let's see if it works. Yeah, 2S into Elcunt. She's able, I mean 2H into Elcunt. She is able to wait, 2H. Yeah, she's able to mash out of that because there is a 5 frame gap. Yeah, so anything with a gap long enough for the mash to come out, you can mash out of. Sometimes it's spacing dependent, so you want to be careful. But of course, people are gonna delay it. See, that gap was too big, so you could have mashed out of that, because sometimes people will accidentally delay it too much. Oh yeah. Yeah, counter. If they get it right. Yeah, that gap was too big. Gap was too big. Gap was too big. Just right. Just right. So that's how people are gonna frame trap you. And Sin has the follow-ups for his attacks for a reason. So let's look. Like there's his follow-ups, right? And let's look at the bottom bar to see if there's a gap or not. So doing it right away, there is no gap. So ABBA can't mash out of that. No one can mash out of it. And then we can delay it to be delay it a long time. It depends, because if I'm all the way over here, ABBA is gonna have to press one of her longer buttons, which longer startup is more risky. If I'm right here, she could do something like 2k me out of that. But a good Sin is going to frame trap this most likely. So basically his entire theory, yeah, like this follow-up too. Um, so let's have ABBA mash 2k. Yeah, so this is non-frame trapped, no frame trap. She can't mash. Frame trapping it too much. I mean, not frame trapping it at all. The gap is too big. Too big of a gap, so she kicks me. Too big of a gap, she kicks me. Too big. And then, whoops. Just right. Oh man. Just right. Just right. So Sin is going to use the threat of this follow-up in order to restart his pressure for free. So let's imagine he keeps doing this at you. He keeps going normal, 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 special, normal, normal, normal. Um, so yeah, this imagine this is the only thing he does. And then you can't and then you're afraid of pressing after this because you're afraid of that. So he's shutting down your ability to punish him for free. Well, I'm not sure if it's punish. Oh yeah, it is punish. Okay. Yeah, so you could get a free hit off of that. You can get a hit on him from that. But since he's making you scared of the follow-up, he's gonna make you not press there, right? Because as soon as you do press there, you might get countered from the follow-up. So, this means he could just do that for free, and you're staying still, and you're just blocking, even though you could have gotten a free hit. So he gets that, he gets to reset for free, and he gets to do it again. And it's endless, right? Because he runs back in, and he could have, you could have stopped it from running back in and restarting, but you didn't, because you were scared of that, right? And, yeah, so basically a reset is when someone, well, a reset is anyone just running back in and doing something else, but especially when they do something that makes you scared. So if I'm scared of getting hit by, yeah, Sin's whole thing is he will do something on you which makes you afraid to press, so he can actually restart it for free and then go do something else on you. And so in this game, you're gonna see a lot of normals, people who are resetting their normals. Because think about it this way, you could just do this on someone, and then you have a lot more time that you're pressuring them to get hit. Because if I just run back in after this, then I get a free reset. I get to start pressure on them again for free. Because they're holding the frame trap, right? Because I think, yeah, like that's a frame trap, right? So Ava is gonna be holding block because she's afraid of the frame trap. So doing that, I can just run in and do it again and then do something else. Because I know they're blocking. Like, I know they're blocking that, so I can just stop and do it again, or stop and throw them or something. So people are going to not just only do a straight block string, but they are going to stop their block string and then they're going to go back in to do something else because they know you're blocking it. So what you can do when someone's doing that is watch for their run animation and keep an eye on where the in-betweens of moves are, when they might stop, um, because there's a lot of specials that are going to be an ender because yeah, so let's say that Sin doesn't have any stamina, and if he doesn't have any stamina, he can't do the follow-up. So we'll pretend that he can't go into that, he can only do that if he has no stamina. In general, you don't want to go into your special enders in this game unless you have to, because the specials are a higher risk and higher reward. Because this is a huge risk. Because if Ava blocks that, she can just combo me right away, right? So the specials are always a bigger risk. So we want to save them for when we have to. And if we don't have to go into it, we might as well just restart and do something else. So if people are smart, they're going to save their specials and reset and do something else instead because you're scared of the frame trap, so you're going to keep blocking. Okay, I recorded Sin doing some block strings where he is going to run at me and he's gonna do some moves, some frame traps, maybe some fake frame traps. I don't know. I'm gonna be blocking because I am scared of getting hit. I don't want to get countered. I'm blocking. But I don't want him to run back in at me for free because I don't want him to get that free reset. And so if I don't want to bother getting counter hit in his frame traps, I can wait until he's done with his moves, and I can wait until he runs back in at me to hit him with 2k or 2p. So I'm not actually attacking during his moves. I am watching him and I'm waiting for his running animation to tell me, hey, there's a free spot. He's not attacking. I am completely free to get out right now because he's doing some stuff. He's not doing anything. That's how I know I can get out. Okay, so replay. Okay, I'm blocking. Blocking, blocking, blocking. Wait, there's sometimes that I can run back. There's sometimes he's running back in. Let's start this over again. See, reset. So, blocking, blocking. Oh my god, there's moves coming at me. What do I do? When do I get out? I don't know when to get out. I don't know when it's safe because I know there's frame traps. So, I'm scared because I know there's frame traps. I don't know what to do. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for him running back in. And it might be easy to miss it at first. Yep, there it was. By the time I saw it, it already happened. But there, once you get used to it, you can kind of get used to so I know he's gonna stop after that. I've seen him stop after that before. I've seen him stop after that move, so I know he might run back in after that move. I think he'll. Okay, that was just a regular mash out. Watching for him running in. Oh, he ran back in after that one. Oh, I stopped him running back in. Oh, he ran back in. I didn't have time. Let's try it again. When's he gonna run back in? When's he gonna run? I'm just kind of guessing at this point. Oh, I got countered. I guessed wrong. Oh, he's running back in. Oh, I just got hit. Whoops. Okay. It's the exact same thing. I'm just doing it over again. Okay, that was just a guess. When's he gonna run back in? Oh, I saw it there. Aw, he got me. Run back in. So I can tell, he likes to do it after a certain move, because he knows I'm gonna block a frame trap. Oh, I was too slow. It's hard. It is very hard, because defense is difficult. You kind of got to do a lot of things on prediction, because if you're too slow, you'll just get countered anyway. Oh, I think I got that one. When's he gonna run back in? Right there. Let's see. When's he gonna run back in? Run back in. Yeah. So let's see. Let me start. So, a lot of times when people are running back in at you, there's not going to be enough reaction time because it's only like so general human reaction time is like 18 frames, which is about as much as that is. Yeah, the startup of that. See this hop kick, the startup of this, not the whole move, just the startup is the smallest amount of time anyone can react to anything. So, if you have, let's say, like Emma running back in, that is very little time to react. So, anyone running back into you, any character who's gonna reset their pressure for free, it's very hard to react to their running. But if you can see it in the past, like, oh my god, they just ran back up and got in for free, you'll remember the situation better and say, hey, next time, the next time this happens, I can escape out of that. So it's not so much reacting in the moment. You're not really looking for, hey, I'm gonna press as soon as they run up to me, like I just did, because as you can see, it's really hard to do and it's kind of impossible. Um, Unless they're like this distance away. But if someone's in your face running back up, just observe what happened in the past and say, hey, I saw them run in. I know what just happened. Because that means the next time I can predict that they're going to run back in. And that's when I escape. Because in this game, you are not going to be able to react to most things. You're not, when you're blocking, see. When you're in the corner here blocking any character, you're not actually looking for the things to block. That's not really how you play. That's not really how you defend properly anyway. The proper way to defend is watching them and going, hey, they've done this in the past, so I think they're going to do it again. and then you predict when they're going to do it, and that's when you escape, which makes it really hard for beginners because when you don't know what they're doing at you, it's like, I don't know what to do, I don't know when to get out, I have no idea what's going on at all. But yeah, it just takes time to replay what happened in the past and say, hey, I think they're going to do that same exact thing again. And instead of reacting to everything. So that's a big part of defense. Someone's doing a block string at us, and we know that specials are where we want to mash, if anything, because a lot of the time, normals are going to have frame traps. Normals are most likely to have frame traps in this game, because they're very easy to cancel the Gatling strings. So usually when we do have a chance to mash out, it's going to be from a normal to a special. So here's two of Ino's moves. There's a fast one, and then there's a slow one. And let's look at the fast one. So that's 16 startup and 16 recovery, and it's -7. So if she does this, and then that's a punish. If an Ino does this on you, oh whoops, and you block it, you can just get an entire combo for free because it's a punish. Let's restart. It's -7. She, cannot move. She cannot block for 7 entire frames after that move is done. She can't block. And our 6K, not, yeah, no, our 2K has 7 frames of startup, meaning we can get the punish on her, right? So we block it. I mean, we block it. We get a combo. Safe to say that this move right here is unsafe because we know if Ino does this, we get a combo. If I am Ino and I do this, I am scared of it getting blocked. I don't want to get it. I don't want it to get blocked because that means I'll get punished for it. Um, so 16 startup, -7. The long one, 28 startup, -2. So -2 is a lot better because Abba cannot get a free hit on me because her 2K is 6 frames, and if I'm only -2, 6 -2, that's different. She cannot get the hit on me because it's not enough time. But the advantage of this one is that it's faster, and okay, the short version is going to create a frame trap right away, but it's very unsafe because Eva can get a free hit after it. And the long version, look at that gap. I bet we could do something during that. And this is safe, so doesn't want you to block this. She wants you to get hit. Um, but it would be fine if you blocked that. It wouldn't be that bad. So why would she use this one over the other one if this, let's see, so after blocking, Ava is going to 2K. So we're gonna do if we do wait, 2D short, she gets countered, whoops, 2D short, countered, 2D, 2D long, and Ava can just hit her out of it. Or anyone can just hit her out of it with a 2K. So why would someone want to use this at all? Yeah, it's safer on block, and it also is going to get more reward. So it's a bigger hit. I think she can combo more off of it. She can get more reward off of it. She can do more damage, a lot more damage from this one than she can from this one. Because this one just looks kind of weak, right? But its advantage is that it's fast. So if you're like, like, I don't know what to block. People keep doing things on me. Remember, normal, 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 special. People are gonna do normal, 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 special. Just like the Sin and anyone else, pretty much everyone. Um, you're like, I know there's a special coming, but I don't know what its properties are. I don't know if it's safe. I don't know if I can punish it. I don't know if I can mash before it. Because, you wouldn't want to mash that, but you can mash this. You can, you wouldn't want to mash that, but you can mash this, and they look identical. And when you don't know what's going on, you're like, I don't know if I can escape or not. Do I escape or don't I? I don't know. So how you can know is you can look at the reward. I don't know if that's a thing Enos do. I don't play her. Uh, you could look at the reward they get off of it and say, hey, that looked like it had fast startup, so I bet that it was unsafe. Since this has fast startup, I bet I can punish that after, and you're probably going to be right. That had slow startup, I bet that was safe, and I can't mash after it. We can't take your turn back, but like you can say, hey, that looked risky, and anything that's risky is going to have a lot more um reward for the other person. Just like Abba's hop kick, it's a lot riskier, um, and it gives her a lot of reward on hit. And you can see, whoops, remember how Ram's move, she would just slam down right in front of someone, and she's right in their face and really minus? Kind of the same thing with a lot of specials where, um, you're kind of right in their face, which makes it unsafe. Um, if you're looking at the frame data, it's from Eno's side, so Abba is -4, Eno is +4 here, so not enough to punish, but she can take her turn back. We'll talk more about that later. But yeah, a lot of specials are going to be higher risk, higher reward. Not all the time, but as a general rule, you can kind of think about it in that way. Yeah, so if you're not sure what the special does, you can just look at how much reward they got off of hitting you and say, hey, let's think about the opposite. Oh, I'm gonna try to play Mei for a second. I don't play her, so I don't know everything. But there are things when you're blocking in the corner that, not just mashing out of, but you can also 6p them. So, let's see. So, I haven't played Mei. So she can do /slash 5h, um, that's 6h, into Dolphin. And we can see that that doesn't have a gap, or, yeah, that doesn't have a gap, but they can delay it to frame trap. Okay, that didn't have a gap either. There's a frame trap. They can delay it a little bit to be able to frame trap you. So let's have Eva mash after this. After block, she's gonna mash. Okay, no frame trap. Delayed it, and there's a frame trap. And that frame trap is only 2 frames, so yeah, that's not enough. That's not a big enough gap to do anything. But if she does the slow dolphin, see if I can figure out how to do it. Yeah, that's the slow dolphin, so fast, hold on. Fast dolphin, slow dolphin. So which one do you think we would be able to 6p out of? The slower or the faster one? Dun, dun. So look at that gap down there. That is a huge gap. I think we have enough time to 6p. Let's find out. Forward. Is it? Yeah. 6p. Look at that, and a big counter too. Whoops. So that proves that we can 6p out of the corner sometimes, and the trick is you have to watch what they did in the past and then not try to react, because you can't react to this. You probably could if you're really good, but in general, you're not reacting to that. So you want to predict what they'll do in the future, which is easier said than done. But that's just defense. And if you don't want to predict, you can guess, which it works. So it works sometimes. So if you're not good at predicting yet, you could just try to guess when you can 6p, and then you'll learn from the experience. Like, yay, I did it. I was able to do that. It's just learning what options you're able to do in the first place is really good. You can 6p, she can probably 5k too. Anyway, there's things you can 6p out of, there's things you can jump out of. Any time that they do the thing where, wait, hold on. Let's see, after blocking, she's going to jump, force jump. Okay, so remember in the Sin part, how he would run back in, he would run back in and do something else? So anytime they repeat the same option, like this is just close slash, close, run back in, close slash, you can jump out of it. Because remember, anytime they're running means you are free to mash and you are free to jump. And jump has, a few frames of startup. It doesn't say the number on there, but every character's jump is, I think, between 4 and 6 frames. So it's actually a little bit faster than a mash, because a mash is 5, a jump can be 4 or 5. So anytime that they're running back in, you can jump. You are allowed to jump, and you're not going to get hit. So I'm gonna frame trap, close slash, and far slash, and you can see that Ava's trying to jump, right? But she gets hit because, unfortunately, jump does have startup. So if they frame trap you, you will get hit. So when you see Ava blocking here, that means the jump startup already finished, and she is now able to block again. But when I hit her, that means that she was still in the jump startup. So when you're in the corner defending, if you're trying to jump and you get hit, like say someone's doing that, if you get hit while trying to jump, that was your jump startup, you got caught by a frame trap. So anytime you're jumping and you get hit, like, why did I get hit? I was blocking, I was jumping, I shouldn't have gotten hit. That was a frame trap. And I want you to remember, like, hey, I just got frame trapped, that's what that was. Probably. So, yeah, so if you see her blocking, that means startup was done and she's able to block again. So anytime someone is gonna run back in and do something else on you, you're able to jump out of it. We know that 2K2D is a frame trap. If they try to jump, they'll get frame traps. If they're not jumping, there's no frame trap. So this is the red Ava literally just holding the up button. As soon as she's able to, she is holding the up button trying to jump out. That means there's no gap. There was a gap, there was a little gap because the Dawn's Eye was delayed. You can see in the bottom bar, that little green square. Yeah, she jumped. She was able to jump because the gap was too big. No gap. No gap. Gap was too big and she was able to jump block. Gap was just right and she got frame trapped. No gap. Perfect gap, she got frame trapped. Gap too big and she's able to block. So that's what frame trapping looks like when you're trying to jump out of pressure. And remember, if they're repeating any option, see far slash into far slash, someone can jump out of it. So when people are doing strings on you, if they're doing different moves into each other, like close slash, far slash, there is going to be frame traps most likely, and you don't want to press or jump. If they're doing, let's see, if they're doing some sort of reset where they're either doing a repeated move or they're running back in. So repeated moves like close slash, you can jump. Repeated moves, 5H, 5H, you can jump. 2K, 2K, you can jump. See, watch, I'm doing 2Ks, and 2K into 2K does not frame trap, so she's able to jump out of it. 2D, 2D doesn't frame trap, she can jump. 2K run up, she can jump. 2K run up close slash, she can jump. 2K run up, 2K, 2D, she can run up. 2K, 2K run up, whatever, she can jump. Any repeated option, you can jump. Any run up, you can jump. Frame traps are most likely between normals into other normals, and sometimes normals into normal into special. Okay, so let's look at some of Abba's moves and if if they are safe or if they are unsafe or just what the properties of the move are. So let's look at hop kick. So this is -4. -4 and it's kind of in their face. Probably not enough for a throw, I don't think. Yeah, so after... Yeah, that's not close enough to throw punish. Okay, so hop kick. It's -4, which means, as we know, the fastest move is a 5-frame mash. So if I'm -4 right now, she cannot actually get a free hit. So let's do counterattack. She can't get a free hit, because I'm only -4 and that's 5 frames. But if I'm not blocking, she can get a hit. Like, I'm not blocking after this, so she gets a free hit on me anyway. That's just because I'm not blocking. So if you're doing this move and it gets blocked, you gotta block after or else they will hit you for free. Because if I don't block, she's going to get a combo and go into Ggst Rage and kill me. So, this is pretty unsafe to do on block. Because, yeah, it's not punishable. Like, let's do a move that is punishable. So, let's have her... So here's a move that is punishable, and she can get a free hit. I'm trying to block. I'm trying to block after this, but I can't block, because I'm still stuck in recovery. So she's able to get a free hit on me, and it's a punish. That move is extremely unsafe on block. So, let's think about it for a second, though, because if something is unsafe, that means it's probably very high reward. So, let's turn her off for a second. So, very unsafe. But what about the first one? What about the Rekka one? That, let's see, that's -5, so she can hit me after that. Let's have her... She can... Wait. Technically, maybe if we're in the corner. I guess it's 2 space. But even if she can't get a punish, she still can take her turn back. Because I'm -5, I have to block after that or I'm gonna die. So why is a move, if someone can take their turn back every time, why would they ever not mash? Because if you can just take your turn back, why would you stay blocking? Because someone could do that. If you, it's just like Sin's moves. She uses the threat of the follow-up into forcing people to block. It's like, hey, if someone keeps getting hit by that over and over, and then it's such a massive reward that I just get to go into Ggst Rage, they are going to... Stop doing that. So, why is my button stuck? Oh my god, my button is stuck. So, game crashed again, as I was saying. Um, yeah, so she uses the threat. Okay, yeah, so if someone's scared of the follow-up, they're going to stop mashing, right? And if they stop mashing, you can get away with this thing again. They stop mashing, you can not risk getting punished, and you can say, hey, I'm gonna run up and hit them for free now. They stop mashing, I don't need to risk it, I can do something else instead. No mash, or blocking equals, um, I can do something else. So just like far slash, so that's -11. -11. Technically, they can get a free combo after blocking that. So after blocking, we're gonna have Ava also far slash. She's going to also far slash after I far slash. And look at that, she gets a free hit. She can get an entire combo after that, right? So if someone can punish, if someone can get a free combo on me after doing this, then why would they ever not do that? Because I can do that instead. That's just the theory of frame trapping. Um, so if I know if Red Ava is scared of mashing during that because it's a frame trap, I can just do this instead, bro. Okay, so Red Ava is scared of getting hit by my frame trap. She's like, I'm not pressing during that. I'm gonna get frame trapped. I'm gonna get countered. I'm not gonna press. And I know this. So guess what I can do? I can just do this a couple times and she is blocking. And look, it's filling up my gauge in the corner. Um, so that's basically what stagger is. Is you're like, hey, I know you're blocking, so I'm just gonna kind of like tease you with doing a couple of the same thing to get advantage. Because I know you're gonna block that. So here's another example. So 2H into key grab. If she tries to mash after my 2H, hold on, that didn't work. Um, okay, apparently you do have to delay 2H into key grab for a frame trap, but let's say we're trying to frame trap her. She's trying to mash, you can see her try to mash after the 2H. So she's trying to mash, she gets frame trapped by the slightly delayed 2H, because if you do it right away, it doesn't frame trap. And she's like, I'm not going to do that anymore, I'm going to stop mashing. If she stops mashing, then we don't have to risk a blocked key grab and end our turn. We can say, hey, we can just do that again. And then she's like, wait a second, I can just take my turn back after she does the 2H. And then she's gonna start mashing again. And when she starts mashing again, we frame trap and key grab. Um, anyway, so back to safety and stuff like that. So that's frame trap theory, that's stagger theory, mashing versus not mashing. So some other stuff, yeah, we went over. This is not punishable, but it's still unsafe. This is unsafe, punishable, sort of, but it is safe because we can go into this, which is extremely unsafe. Um, this move, 5H, is a little bit risky because you can't key grab from it. You can do that, but that's not a frame trap. There's not that much you can do, so it would be unsafe, but look at how much it pushes her back. It pushes her back a ton. Um, so even though it is -15, people can't really do much after it. Let's see if she can also 5H me. Yeah, she can. Maybe if I was... Yeah, if I was point blank, yes, she would get the punish. But if I'm here, she cannot punish me for that because there's so much pushback. So you can, if you're practicing this, you can look at the amount of pushback some moves have and go, hey, that has so much pushback, I bet that's safe. That almost no pushback, um, you're kind of left in their face, kind of unsafe. This, a lot of pushback, it's safe, not much pushback. Um, yeah, you can just kind of experiment with the amount it pushes them. Okay, similar in Jealous Rage, this is a move that, um, unsafe, even though it is not punishable, it is still minus, I think it's -4. Yeah, it's -4. And look how close it leaves me, and I am actually grab punishable here. So now she actually can grab me. If I block that, she gets to grab me for free, and there is literally nothing I can do about it. I'm trying to jump, I can't. Um, I'm trying to tech the grab, I can't, because there's literally nothing I can do. I just get punished for it. Um, I think if it's spaced, yeah, if it's spaced out a little bit, she can't. So spacing is definitely important, but she could take her turn back. So instead of doing that, she could do this. That's point blank. She could, she can take back her turn with a 2K, because my turn is over. I'm -4. There's nothing I can do. They're going to try to take their turn back, right? Um, but how do I make that spaced out? Oh yeah, this move is very dependent on momentum too, because when I just do it raw, I'm very spaced. But if I have dash momentum, look how I run right up point blank anytime I dash. See, here is just raw. Here is dash momentum. It's kind of impossible to not be in their face. It's kind of hard to space it out so you're not in their face. Look how much dash momentum that has versus just plain. Yeah, so the properties change with that too. Um, but what's unique about Ava's backdash is, look, now it whiffed. Her backdash can make moves like this safe. Because just like the pushback on the 5H, you're a safe distance away, so people can't get you. So even though you're minus, you could just backdash to make it a lot safer than it was before. Okay, so we're gonna look at some of my old gameplay, just some random VODs, and we're going to slow them down and look at the exact moments that we can escape, the moments that we should never press on, and the moments when we could have pressed something and we could have escaped. So the red is going to be, you cannot press here. Please do not press here. You're gonna get counter hit. You have to block. If it's red, there is nothing you can do. You just have to block. Sorry. just gotta block. And the green is gonna be places where we can either jump out, or we could mash, we could press a button, or we could RPS, meaning we could use Eva's slide under, we could 2S, something like that. Green means there's something we could have done to get out of it. Frame traps, can't press there, I pressed and I got hit. Green, I could have hit here. My 2K whiff because there's not enough space, but there's tons of time I could have done something. But I'm scared, so I keep blocking. I get hit. Frame traps, cannot press there. If I press, I die. Lots of time to do something, but I'm not doing anything. Frame traps again. could have 2S that. She's running up. Anytime there's a throw, you can jump or mash. I could have jumped there. Yeah, that was an open spot, so my 2S hit. Yeah, there's tons of time I could have done something. Now there's frame traps. Now I could have done something, but I was too early. Frame traps. Don't press. Just gotta block. Yep, I could not have done anything there. Frame traps. Don't press. I could have done something because that's the same move. Because remember, if they repeat a move, you can do something about it. You can jump. Could technically have done something there. Okay, that was a frame trap. This one's gonna get tricky. Hard mode. Frame trap. I could have mashed. I mashed in the wrong spot and got frame trapped. I could have mashed. I mashed in the wrong spot and got frame trapped again. So he's mixing between stuff I can mash out of and stuff I can't mash out of so fast that I don't know what to do anymore. Can't mash. Can't jump. I could have 6P'd that. Could have done something. Can't mash again. I could have slid under that. I could have done something. He's doing normals, 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 special. Can't mash, can mash. Can't mash, can mash. Or not exactly mash, but do something. You are able to do something. He ran up. I could have 2K'd him while he ran up because of the run animation. I was able to parry that. Yeah, so you're looking for run animations that you can 2K, trying to predict them. You're trying to not press during strings of normals, and you're trying to jump or mash before or after the specials, and possibly 6P if you are able to. And you can also try to hop over or slide under using Abba's special moves that are specifically for defense like this. There's lots of stuff you could do on defense, and it is not easy, trust me, but I hope this helps a little bit. And yeah, so I hope this gives anyone watching, I hope this gives you a better picture of what to do on defense at all and what even is going on and how the formula of Guilty Gear works, what people are doing. Um, yeah, so thanks for watching.